Hey guys, I am the Christian atheist, Nico. You guys could call me Nick, also known as Nico Disciple, other places. I just wanted to start this YouTube channel. There's a person on the internet. He's the Amazing Atheist, and I really like the guy. I really love atheists, and he's one of my favorite. And I just wanted to, start making videos. Maybe, nobody will ever watch them. That's okay. But just wanted to be there kind of like a response to this gentleman. I really like the way he thinks. Actually, I love the way he thinks. I love the way he's honest. And I like a lot of the points that he makes. But I don't feel like there's necessarily a good voice in response to him. I think that he gets to... And if you're listening, Mr. Amazing Atheist, I just want to, out of love for you as a brother, to respond, not to try to win you over or anything, but just to kind of clarify. I think sometimes different people are misunderstood, and so that's why we disagree maybe. But anyways, you made a video about the poem about I hate religion, but I love Jesus. And I thought you had some really good responses to that, and I wanted to quickly kind of go through and maybe give an answer, because you were asking questions back. I don't know if Jeffrey's going to respond to you. The first part, basically the whole thing of I hate religion and hate Jesus, you're really struggling with understanding what the difference is. And I just wanted to apologize. I am a Christian, but I am also an atheist. In the sense that I reject most of the same gods that you reject. I would be an atheist if it was up to Bible or churches or other things that Christians have taught me. I would completely be in the same spot as you, perhaps, rejecting it all. I had an encounter with a supernatural being, and whether that's God or Jesus or whoever, I believe in a God. And at this point, I believe in Jesus, in my understanding, which is completely different than most Christians. So let me respond. One of your first things, it says that Jesus came to abolish religion. And you talked about Jesus having 12 disciples and, people following him around and this and that. Well, a little background of that time. Jesus was a rabbi. He was a teacher. These gentlemen, these 12 disciples as they were following him around to be taught to become rabbis. They, connected with Jesus, and each rabbi had a different teaching, and that's what they were, learning, and that's what they would eventually kind of turn around and teach the same thing or a little different. Jesus didn't have YouTube like you do. How many subscribers do you have to your teachings? That's what I would kind of say it was like. If that's religion, I would say that you are very religious also in a sense. You have people that follow you. How many subscribers do you have? And how many people learn from you and teach what you teach now? They turn around and teach what you teach. So, that's in some sense a religion. It's a belief. I'm sure you'll say that it's not a belief in God, and thus it's different. So I agree with you. But that's kind of what that was. So, and then you also brought up, how is Jesus not equal to religion? So I want to hit on that real quick. What are they talking about? I'm not sure what Jeffrey was talking about, but most Christians that I know who speak against religion but love Jesus type of thing, who are Christians. Later on, you in the video, he talked about that Christianity was different than religion, and you rejected that. And I agree with you. Christianity has become a religion, and in a negative sense. So I would say that Jesus and religion, the difference is religion says that man has to do something to be okay with God. Okay? And then through the gospel, Jesus came, and after he died and, cleared all the payment for sin and all that stuff, we'll get into that. But God did it himself. It wasn't anything that we had to do, but it was God that did it. So I think in the simplest sense, and we go back and forth maybe, but religion is man trying to do or be or believe or not do or not believe something to be okay with God, to go to heaven and not go to hell. Where true Christianity or Jesus, believer in Jesus, Jesus did it all. Jesus paid the price. Whether you believe in him or not, Mr. Amazing Atheist, you're saved. That's the good news. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to even believe in him. You can reject him. So that's my understanding of the difference between religion and Jesus. Religion is all these self-righteous people trying to be good enough to be okay with God. And so that's what I think he's rejecting in the sense. So you also brought up, what is sin? I've got these cards because I wanted to go through it. Sin, I believe, is a it's a kingdom. It's a spiritual force. It's a wrong identity. It was the evil one that came in and gave the wrong understanding of things, which leads us to act certain ways. I don't think you would disagree that murder, killing someone is bad. That would be considered sin. But sin is doing something that's not healthy, that's not right, that is not good for us in a sense. And I don't have a problem with God being against sin. I'm against, sin in my children. And I think if you had children, I'm not sure if you do or not, but I wouldn't think that you would want your children to do bad things or things that would hurt them in the end. So I don't really have a problem with sin or God, being against it. I would hope all of us would be against it. Another thing I wanted to bring up